Well, good day, students. It's good to be with you, albeit virtually. We've had a very interesting start to the second half of our semester here at SLU and in St. Louis, and I'm glad that everybody is safe and sound. Every student from whom I've heard has reported that he or she is in a good, safe place out of harm's way, so I'm really glad. And what we really want to do with the rest of the semester is make the most of it. Obviously, nobody was expecting for things to go as they have, but I think we can persevere. I think we can survive. I think we'll be just fine. So in this short video, I am partially just testing the capacities of my YouTube video making and also the capacities of our Blackboard system, but hopefully everything will work out and we'll be able to employ this model for the remainder of the semester. What I want to do additionally with this short video is briefly go through the parts of the syllabus and focus on some areas that some people have found a little complicated. So I am right now going to share the screen of the syllabus. So that should come up just fine. And hopefully you can see me scrolling through it. There, great. So we're scrolling. So the online revision syllabus has a few features of the old syllabus, but really focuses on the changes. So of course, there's no class location or time. I really want to stress with office hours that I am available. I want to be as available as I was when we were together in real time, in real life, on St. Louis University's campus. So I am available during my regular office hours via Zoom, and you should know by now that there's a Google Sheet sign up for that on our Blackboard homepage, so please take advantage of that. But also, if you need to meet at another time, please email me and let me know. I am pretty flexible these days, so please let me know. I will also be sending out a weekly email to the class about that week's assignments. So please check your email regularly. If you learn one thing from this video, it is that you should please pay close attention to your SLU email. Our readings are the same. As you know, the assignments have changed slightly because we will no longer be doing presentations for international relations and comparative politics. We'll be relying a good deal more on the Blackboard discussion posts. So I would ask you to please be diligent about that task. The exam structure is going to change a little bit, as we'll see later on. But the Blackboard discussion groups are meant to be fairly simple. They are really all about stimulating conversation between the students. So toward that end, I have asked in each week a first group of students to be the original posters to get the ball rolling. So I call them the OP, or original posters. And most weeks you will post by 11:59 p.m. on Monday. And then another group of students, the RPs, will respond to them by 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday that same week. And this is just a minimum. I'm delighted for any and all students to contribute to post as much as they would like. If OPs want to respond to their RPs, I am delighted for that to happen. OPs are more than allowed to respond to other OPs and other RPs. So again, the point of the OPs and the RPs is not to limit discussion, it's to really initiate discussion. And I've gotten a lot of questions about what forms the OPs can take. And so I really direct your attention to this paragraph that I am now highlighting. There are a number of different roles that OPs can take. And I think that's, generally they mirror the different kinds of comments you can make in class. Some OPs will primarily summarize the part of the reading. Other OPs will raise questions. Other OPs will offer real-world examples. So if you are talking about something from chapter 11 or chapter 12 on free trade, and you want to mention something you saw, uh, in the news about the way that the Trump administration has renegotiated NAFTA, then you are more than welcome to do so. And you don't have to be an expert on the real world example. You can raise it as a question. Oh, is this the sort of thing that the book is talking about? And really, that's something I really want to stress with these OPs is you do not need to be the expert on the material to post for the first time. You just need to be somebody who gets the conversation started. And that's really all I ask you. The RPs, it's a slightly different role. The job of the RP is really to do the reading like the OPs, but also to consider what the OPs say. And so in a RP, you might agree with the OP in part or whole, explaining why. You could disagree with the OP in part or whole, explaining why. You can also add something to the OP's points that didn't make it into that OP. Finally, you can also offer your own real world example. And as you can see, the RP links tend to be shorter, but these are just guidelines. So the OP, I'm hoping for 250 to 300 words. RP is 150 to 200, but I know that will vary, and that's more than fine. Again, OPs and RPs are an opportunity to ask questions, to express confusion. You're really at the front lines of the class conversation, the class discussion about the reading. So I invite you really to read the text and ask yourself, what am I supposed to take from this text? What do I not understand? What do I need to ask to understand the to understand the text better? How do I need to clarify? How do I need the text clarified for me so that I really can make sense of what the text is trying to convey to me? Um, so hopefully these OPs and RPs will not be too complicated. I don't mean them to be this hard process or methodology we have to master. I would love for it just to be a kind of way to facilitate conversation, and I think it will be. And I really want to stress that these first few weeks, people who are OPs and RPs might feel a certain pressure because you're the first few students going. So please don't. Please understand that, of course, y'all are the first ones to try this out. You're the guinea pigs, and I'm sure you'll do a really wonderful job. I don't have a lot to say about the exams that's not in the syllabus. They will be online and they will be short answer, and we'll return them via email. And I believe I've said this before, but please know that that third exam is not a final cumulative exam. It will not cover everything that we have studied over the semester. It will only cover the material that we study in the final unit of the semester. The schedule of how we will proceed is fairly straightforward, I hope. This week we are reading Analyzing Politics, Chapter 11. Next week we'll be looking at some international relations cases, so two in particular, the articles of Samuel Huntington, The Clash of Civilizations, and then the article of Daniel Philpott explaining the political ambivalence of religion. And those articles for next week are a little denser, a little more complicated than our average textbook chapter, which is fine. We will learn how to read through them together. Unit 4, Comparative Politics, it's much more straightforward. Chapter 8, Chapter 9, and Chapter 10, and then followed by our last exam. I skipped over exam 3, so there's plenty of time, I think, to study and prepare for it, and it will be a shorter exam. Exam 2, not exam 3. Exam 2 will cover Chapter 11 plus the 2 IR cases. Please note that April 3rd, you'll have a video, and then we'll have a review session. I'm hoping for that to be a live online Zoom on the 6th of April. So you should have plenty of time to study. So I'm trying to build in some flexible time for y'all to study. Note the overall schedule is that generally on Mondays and Wednesdays, we'll have posts on the discussion board. This first week, it's Tuesday and Thursday. And then Friday, there's going to be a video. Oftentimes, the video will be something that I tape, like this one, and share via a link to Blackboard. Sometimes it will be a live Zoom meeting. So hopefully that's clear enough. But I will say that as you can see from our syllabus, I've tried to build in some flexibility with the Friday schedule. Different Fridays will be different. And generally speaking, there's not much to prepare for that Friday meeting. So hopefully it's flexible. I also want to add that I am aware that people are in different places around the world. People have different levels of availability in terms of being present, but also in terms of internet access. So while sometimes the Friday video will be a live Zoom meeting, I understand that not everybody will always be able to attend those meetings. And I am fairly certain that in those cases, we'll be recording the Zoom video and I can post it on Blackboard. But that will not be every Friday. But again, I understand people are in different places. So we've had a little bit of time with the syllabus. If you have any other questions about the syllabus, please do not hesitate to email me or to sign up for an office hours meeting. And so here I'm going to come back to my screen. I know that amongst other things, students are worried about their grades, and students are worried about how all the changes in the semester are going to affect y'all. I would like to be as generous and flexible and patient and understanding as possible. The vast majority of students in this class have had really good grades. I have done very well on the assignments. And so I think that's going to continue. I really think that most of you will leave this class having done very, very well and being very proud of yourself. And I know you have a lot of other things going on in your lives right now. So I am really grateful for all the attention that you're able to devote to our class. So this has been a longer video than I anticipated, but as usual, I talked a lot. So thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing more of your posts. And stay tuned for the next video, which will be on Chapter 11 of your textbook. Take care.